Imagine a world where everyone rushes to chase the latest fad, the newest app, the most talked about platform, the viral idea everyone is copying. A world where startups sprint after trends as if following a map to treasure. But what if that map leads nowhere? What if the treasure isn't in the shiny, loud, obvious things? What if the real jackpot, the real breakthrough, lies in ignoring that noise completely? This is not just about being different for the sake of it. It's about tapping into the raw, unfiltered truth of what makes something truly new and unstoppable. When startups obsess over trends, they become prisoners. Prisoners of a story that's already told. Prisoners of a game everyone else is playing. They waste their fire chasing shadows, while the world waits for the ones who step off the path, who refuse to follow the herd. Startups that ignore trends don't lose sight. They burn brighter. They don't fit in. They stand out. They don't bow to comfort or consensus. They reject it outright. Because trends are safe bets, and safety kills innovation. Those who surrender to trends aren't creating, they're copying. They build houses on sand, and when the tides come, those houses wash away. But the startups that dare to ignore trends, they build foundations on bedrock. Because they don't just look at what everyone's doing, they look where no one's dared to go. They sense what's missing before anyone notices the gap. And when they finally strike, it's not a small ripple. It's a tidal wave that changes everything. There's a cost to ignoring trends, yes. The loneliness that comes from walking a path that no one else understands. The doubt from others who call you reckless, naive, or out of touch. But that loneliness, that's where power lives. The edge is where the fire burns hottest, because that's where true freedom lives, not in following rules, but in rewriting them. Let's be honest here. The world is full of echoes, of people repeating what worked yesterday. That's not freeing. That's a cage disguised as a trend. The startups that win big, those rare lightning strike successes, get this deeply. They are sovereign. They own their path like a weapon. They ask questions no one dares. Why must we do it this way? What if there's no map? What if all the rules are just illusions meant to keep us small? This is about not waiting for permission. It's about lighting your own fire and refusing to let anyone put it out. It's about being patient, sure, but that patience is fire in slow burn, an eternity game where every move is deliberate, part of something bigger than the noise of trends. Because trends are whispers that fade. Real innovation is a roar that lasts. Founders who trade their vision for what's hot may get lucky. Founders who guard their vision, who protect it fiercely, and who innovate from the edge. Those are the founders who build empires. Those are the leaders the world remembers. You don't want to build for the moment. You want to build forever. Here's a brutal truth that no one tells you. The system isn't built for exceptional people. The world doesn't reward those who burn with fire in their bellies, or those who see possibility in places the average eye cannot. Instead, it rewards comfort, conformity, mediocrity disguised as moderation. And so many founders get lost, caught in a web of rules they never made, chasing ideas that were never truly theirs. This is why ignoring trends isn't just rebellious, it's survival. It's reclaiming sovereignty in a system designed to tame you. When trends dictate strategy, creativity dies. When fear of missing out drives decisions, authenticity gets lost. And when everyone looks the same, nobody stands out. But here's the game changer. Ignoring trends is not about rejecting progress. It's about transcending the limited reality of the present. It's about redefining what's possible before the rest even realize what's broken. The startups that do this don't waste time running after what everyone else believes is the future. They become the future. They reject borrowed lives, borrowed ideas. They break free from the comfort that kills the self and ignite the rare brilliance that can't be replicated. Because brilliance misplaced is brilliance lost. The world has no space for the exceptional, not yet. But the ones who choose not to follow the trend are building that space. They are crafting new realities where the rare don't just survive, they thrive. You might think that ignoring trends means missing opportunities. But here's the brutal twist. Millions chase trends. Billions follow formulas. Everything becomes optimized. The edges get dull, and real risk is nowhere to be found. Yet, in this very gap, the rare few find their opportunity, not by being louder or faster, but by being different in ways no one expects. By focusing on their own truth, by building connections with those who think and burn as fiercely as they do, they form alliances that no trend follower can substitute. This isn't community. This is a movement of the rare, a network of the misunderstood, the misaligned, the visionary. When these few link together, their power multiplies exponentially. They do not scale noise, they amplify essence. And in that essence lies the power to change the game. So, how do you, as a founder, investor, or leader, unlock this power? First, be ruthless with your own will. Your will is your weapon. Decide now. Will you be ruled by what everyone else believes is hot, or by what you believe can change the future? Second, question everything. Every rule, every best practice, every industry standard. Don't accept what's handed to you as truth. Burn it down if you have to, because the past rarely holds the key to tomorrow. Third, be selective about who you walk with. Align with the few who burn as fiercely as you do. Not the loudest, not the most popular, but those rare souls who spark your fire instead of snuffing it out. Together, you'll be the blade that cuts through the conformity. Patience, too, is your ally. This is not a sprint to catch a trend. This is a marathon toward lasting impact. The world rewards those who know when to strike and when to build. It rewards those who understand that burning brightly is less important than burning steadily. So, don't chase moments. Build legacies. Don't follow noise. Forge signals that resound far beyond the hype cycle. Because eternity favors those who hold their fire long after the crowd has burned out. Understand this. True freedom isn't easier life. It's owning your life raw and real. No shortcuts, no excuses, no safety nets built by someone else. The comfort that trends promise is a prison. Freedom, the kind that creates empires, burns through convenience. It disrupts. It demands everything you have. And yes, it demands that you sometimes burn alone. But that's where the power is. In the fire that no trend can contain, no system can cage, no comfort can kill. You see, the world today wants participation trophies. It wants everyone to be equal in outcome, not in effort. This is where mediocrity thrives and brilliance starves. If you want to win big, not just in dollars but in meaning, you have to embrace discomfort. You have to be willing to stand opposed to the tide. You have to see beyond the current reality, peer through the fog of consensus and ask, what if I'm the only one who sees what others refuse to admit? What if the real future isn't trending? It's hidden, waiting for someone brave enough to pull it out. That someone can be you. Not by playing the game by the rules built for others, but by rewriting the rules as you go. Not by seeking approval, but by demanding authenticity. Not by following followers, but by leading visionaries. This journey isn't for everyone. It's for those who feel the unbearable fire inside, the call to transcend, to become more than the sum of their circumstances. You don't need to wait for the world to change. You need to change yourself. And in doing so, change the world. Right now, in this very moment, the choice is yours. You can blend in with the crowd, chasing the next trend until you burn out. Or you can light a fire so fierce it consumes the old and create something new, something real, something unapologetically you. The startups who ignore trends are not lost. They are found. Found in the power of true individuality, in the strength of rare connection, in the clarity of purpose beyond the noise. The system forgot about the few who dare to be exceptional. That's why you must not just be different, you must be exceptional on your own terms. The world is waiting for those who will not bend or break, who will not settle for what's safe or easy, because the only thing that lasts is the rare fire that refuses to die out. When you lock into that fire, when you align with those who burn as you do, trends lose their power over you. The future becomes yours to shape. Not piecemeal, not by following maps drawn by others, but as it was always meant to be. Wild, unpredictable, and owned by the brave who refuse to follow the crowd. So, step off the treadmill of trends. Step into your own fire. Because that's where the big wins happen. Not in the race everyone else runs, but in the quiet, burning rebellion of those who know better, see further, and have the courage to ignore the noise. This is your call. The crowd chases trends. You build the future.